Last time I did a podcast with Kev, he never travelled out of America. Now he's been. We've just gotten back from Australia. Kev, how was your experience?
It was amazing. It was everything I thought it was going to be, and some more. It was really great. I feel good to have lost my travel virginity.
Yeah, so we did a boxing run academy in Sydney, and then from there we went and scattered. Glenn stayed there for a couple more days. Kev, you flew to, where did you go?
Oh, I started in Melbourne, and then met you guys in Sydney, and then I went to Cairns and Brisbane and like the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah.
What was your favourite part?
Oy, everyone keeps asking that. I don't know. Every day, because every day was new and different. I think out of Melbourne, like the 12 Apostles was really, really incredible. Driving on the Great Ocean Road. I love the city stuff, but I like getting out and kind of seeing countryside more than anything, and that was great. Going to the reef was really cool. We went to the Daintree Rainforest. I should say I went to the Daintree Rainforest up there, which was also amazing. And then Sunshine Coast, spent a few days in Noosa. I know you were there. That's where I finished, and that was able to kind of sit back and relax, and that was also just it was amazing. Also went to the Australian Zoo. Steve Irwin's kind of an idol of mine, so that was awesome.
Yeah,
Did you get scratched by a kangaroo?
Yeah.
No, my daughter did. Did I tell you?
Oh, you told me that. Yeah.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah, I saw the video. Yeah.
She went and touched the kangaroo and it like jabbed her in the head and just scratched on top of the head. She was screaming.
Oh shit.
And kangaroos can fight.
Them kangaroos are dangerous little bastards.
Yeah, they can fight.
Like I was nervous around them. I kind of wanted to have a little, but like a little hitbox, but like
that video, that viral video on Instagram where it stood on its back legs. And that guy just smashes it.
Taking the dog. The guy walks up, he like doesn't know what to do, and then he puts his hands up.
Just fucking
kangaroo's like,
what the fuck are you doing?
But I mean, Australia is mad. Like it was in Noosa, and there was kangaroos just chilling inside the roads and all that. And
That's
what
mad.
The fuck?
In Noosa?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
They were everywhere. Like, and then when we went to the zoo, that's when my daughter was feeding one, and I jabbed her in the head, the little bastard, kicking it in the face.
Do you know the weirdest thing that I found by being in Sydney was every construction worker was female.
Oh,
I've never seen that in my life.
That was mad. Yeah.
It was refreshing. It was good to see, but like it was just a trippy experience. Like they were there holding stop signs with the high vis jackets on, where all the construction's going on. Every one of them was.
We got to the gym. Like we were looking all over for the gym because it was pretty hard to find. It was in a big building, and we had to ask for directions. And we pulled, and there was these birds fit like high 8s, low 9s,
in construction jackets.
With a high vis on, a helmet on, and all that.
Yeah.
The thing, what I loved about Australia was the people. How good the people were. They were like English, but better. Can I say that? They were great. And
well, half of them were English.
There's tons of English there. We got to the airport and we were a bit worried because we had loads of retail items in our bags, and you've got to declare what you've got and all that. And I'm like, should we declare? Should we not? But we did, just in case like the customs pulled us in and they scanned the bags and seeing that we had like hundreds of pair of mitts in. And when we were walking through, remember Glenn, we were nervous. They pulled us through to the side, and the fellow went, "What you got in the bag?" And I went, "Oh, the customs guy." Because in America they're so scary. So here we thought they were going to be so scary. I said, "Oh, boxing things. Oh, you can fight." Well, I used to be able to a little bit. I went to the Olympics and all that. "Oh, did you? And then Glenn come along and he looked Glenn up and down and went, This guy can't fight, can he? He's too, what did he say? Too skinny or something like that.
Yeah, he said, what's this guy doing with you? He's like, can he fight?
He can't fight. And then him and his mate were laughing. I'm like, fuck, there was sound these. Go on, boys, you can get through. Oh, nice.
He was like, nice T-shirt. Where'd you get that?
I thought flying out of Australia was more intimidating because they grab your passport, they're quizzing you, what's your home address, what's your birthday, and all. You don't think about that shit, so you don't answer super quickly. But then they said, "Is this your bag? Did you pack this bag? Has anybody else touched this bag?
Yeah,
do you know all of the contents in this bag?"
Get ready for that when we go to England. You get that like.
I was like, oh shit! I was like, what if I think I packed? You start questioning yourself. Like, what if the fucking maid went through there or something? Here's the other thing. This is pretty funny. So when I got to Melbourne, I realized I haven't told you all this yet. And one of my bags, actually, I guess it's been in my bag for a while. It's like a little bud of weed. I flew with that across. They didn't see it. Really? It was in my carry-on too. Yeah. And I've heard stories of that like that before. People getting through with all sorts of shit. Like they don't like.
I wonder if they don't give a shit anymore.
It's just weed, you know. It's like if someone pulled me aside and said, "What is this?" You know, I'd be like, "Are you serious? This is just fucking weak." But then you remember we live here.
Probably got sent back, you know, after
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
First time I went to Australia for the Commonwealth Games in 2006, they had loads of sniffer dogs
yeah,
sniffing around, sniffing all the bags.
yeah.
So you would have been
They
fucked, mate.
sniffed my bag when I got there.
Oh, they
Early
did?
Monday in Melbourne. Yeah, they had a dog there. His just looked kind of like a silly little lab, though. He wasn't really concerned, but yeah,
Bloody hell.
yeah,
That's mad. Yeah, the people were great. Then we got in that Uber to the beach, and that taxi driver, remember him? I don't know if
Yeah.
you could hear because you were in the back.
yeah. I heard him.
And
Oh, he was class, yeah.
He was saying, yeah, it's fucking full of Chinese over here. The cunts are fucking taking over and all that. And I'm like, whoa. Oh, because now we've lived in LA where everyone's politically correct. This
Yeah.
fucker just didn't give a
Didn't
shit.
give a shit,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I even said to him, like, that word cunt is not used in America, like, very, very little,
Yeah.
because it gets offensive. In England, it's used a lot more.
Do you know what the like comparing it to LA, like the biggest thing I noticed, like in LA everything's just random. There's just people doing shit all over the place all the time. It's just non-stop. Your brain's like, and your eyes, everything's just overstimulation everywhere you go. People are on the phones, people are going in here, in it. And then over there it just felt like everything was just like in a rhythm and everything was kind of chilled out. And it was just like,
People
it
were
just
living.
felt smooth, yeah, and like no one was really like on their phones that much, or
Yeah.
it was just really kind of laid back, but it still felt like a city.
That's how I
It
feel when I
wasn't
go to
just
Vegas.
random.
It's overstimulation.
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just so much. But I know what you're saying. So after the course, we went to Noosa and Byron Bay, and you know what? I honestly would think that if whenever I had business here, I would move to Australia and Byron Bay. I absolutely loved it. I loved the people. I loved the beaches. I loved everything about it. It was great. You know what I said? I said to my bird as well. I said to my wife. I said, you know what? There's not that many really attractive girls over here. And I said, but do you know why I think it is? It was because like where we were, it was like loads of travellers. They're not even wearing makeup. Like they're not doing themselves up.
They're not
Where
bothered.
over here,
Yeah, I like
everyone,
Yeah.
everyone over here, they're all done up and they're dressed nice with a full face of makeup, and they're like, oh, she's nice. But over there, they're not. But I bet you if they did a little bit, no, there would be
Yeah.
tens.
People say that. I think a lot about LA is like even the difference between LA and New York. In New York, you can just put whatever the fuck you want on and go walk around the streets, go walk your dog. You're not concerned about running into someone you know or whatever.
Right.
But like here, it's like everyone's always thinking about, well, what am I wearing? Does it matter? You know, like I think that's a big thing here.
Yeah. Over there wasn't. It was so laid back. The food was nice. Everything was nice. I absolutely loved it. And then talking about the course was great. We had 40 people there. Loved every one of them. They were all quality. Met some great people, enthusiastic, and we were a little bit worried before. We know Australia's got a ton of boxing courses out there, and America hasn't really got any. So we know over here we smashed it. So we were a little bit thinking, you know, what if they don't get what we're doing or anything like that. But like, it went down amazing. People seem to love it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like what we used to feel at the beginning of every academy initially. We don't have it so much when we do them now, that anxiety, but I think sometimes it's good to feel that pressure and that anxiety a little bit before.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you perform really well.
Yeah.
And the people were great, and the most amazing person I've ever met on a boxing burn academy for me was that Olympian, and I can't remember his name. I'll have to get it because I'm doing a video on him. But so this guy, he boxed in the same Olympics as me. He boxed in the same Commonwealth Games as me. He went to the Commonwealth Games I didn't go to. He had 96 amateur fights, the same as me. We boxed in the World Championships together. I've never met him before. He retired his boxing career as an undefeated pro, same as me. He had 8 fights, I had 10. Injury, lost his first fight. He had so many similarities. But he did what most boxers do when they finish boxing and work on a building site, on a construction yard, in a shitty dead-end job.
So he was in Australia doing construction.
Yeah, what he didn't like.
Yeah.
So he did the academy to get a certification so he could try and get a job. And you know, it was sad to me because this guy was very quiet. He's achieved so much in his life. He was an African champion.
It's almost like he was too humble for his own good, wasn't it?
Yeah. And he's just working like on a building site. Someone who's competing as the highest level athlete can compete in the Olympic Games, and he's doing this. And yeah, for me it was amazing to meet him and work with him.
Yeah, he was a nice lad too, wasn't he? Hopefully he gets something going on out there.
Yeah. Through that maybe you can. But and then all the other people there, Rod, class. Then there was that girl there who spoke fluent Chinese, who was with the Chinese people. That was a great group of people as well. I loved it. I we see this about all academies, but I wonder if that was our best one. Maybe it was.
I was just like pleasantly surprised. I expected like a way harder, more skeptical crowd. To be like, what's all this about type thing, and then it it was the complete opposite. Everyone just like ate it up with open arms, and it was like some of the nicest people we've ever met, and they loved everything that we did. So it was amazing. I came back feeling really inspired.
Yeah.
Then the next one now was in Sheffield, England, August 25th and 26th, or 24th, 25th.
Yep. 25 and 26.
Little Kev, jet setting, 2 months, two countries, different side of the world. But the thing is, I think we used to say when you were there, like it didn't really feel like you were abroad because it was an English-speaking country.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it felt I didn't really feel out of place or like I was super challenged to like fit in or to figure out how everything works, you know, because it's all very similar.
Yeah, he was just straight to the nicest restaurant, right into the filet mignon.
Well,
I tell you what,
do like the fine dining.
Australia, I couldn't get a good coffee. I could not get a good cappuccino.
Yeah, the coffee wasn't the best.
Anywhere I went, did you get any?
I was doing lattes, and I had some good lattes.
Like once you've done Rome and had coffee and lattes in Rome, like you're spoiled for life.
Right.
Like you're just like it's done.
Even LA, they've got some amazing coffee, but over there I couldn't get a good one.
Yeah. One thing annoyed me because everyone did fucking poached eggs. I don't eat fucking poached eggs. But by the end of the trip in Noosa, I was like, these poached eggs aren't so bad.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And as well, the sense of humour, they got our sense of humour where some Americans might not. It's funny because everyone had a sense of humour. Baby, how the fuck can you produce a baby like that? So start laughing himself, and everyone around was just laughing. Like, when you're ugly, the baby's beautiful. I was like, oh my God. But so, I've never told you this, Glenn. I told Kevin a little bit the other day. So when we're in Brisbane, the plan was to stop in Brisbane for one night and then go and travel around to these beautiful beaches. And so that day the day we travelling, I went on the car rental place to book a car. They were all sold out. And I'm good at finding shit online. I was like, I'll find somewhere. Look at another site. Everywhere was sold out. Was calling places. And I needed a big enough car to carry the kids. But there was every single car, even the little shitty ones, were all sold out. So the only one thing I could find, and my wife's brother suggested, it's a camper van by a company called Wicked Campervans, right? Which is the fucking biggest hippie vans you've ever seen. And I'm going to post something on the Boxing Life Instagram about this van that I rented out, like a picture and all that. It's multicoloured, painted, got a massive picture of Batman on the side, smoking a spliff. Got a picture of this other guy on the other side, writing all over it. On the front, it's got a painting of this, like a finger going through the hand as if you're shagging, right? Big painting on the front like that. And when you went in the shop, I was like, whoa, this is mad. There's pictures all around the walls of naked people next to camper vans, like, yay, with the dicks out and the tits out and the fannies out, like just completely naked, hey. And I'm like, whoa, this is mad in here. And the woman behind the counter, I was like, whoa, what's this? She went, oh yeah. She went, oh, this is what the store's all about. And I had high-vis vest jacket saying, I'm a hard-working cunt on the back.
Fucking
I'm a lesbian cunt on the back. This is what it said on these shirts that they were selling. I was like, fucking hell, this place is mad. So I get the keys to this mad camper van.
And you were there with your kids?
No, I went with Sarah's brother. But the kids were in the camper van. So I went to check. My nephew was Leon. I went, oh, she gives the keys. I went, all right, now it's time to get a picture when we dick out on the camper van. And she laughed. She went, if you do, you'll get a night free. I was like, bloody hell. So that was the incentive. If you get a picture outside these camper vans with your sausage out, they give you a night free, which was like $120 a night. I was like,
Did you do it?
Did I fuck? I said $5 grand.
I thought you would have jumped at that. Yeah. You're tight as fuck as it is. And then you love getting your dick out as well. So like put the two together. I thought that'd be a fucking dream for you.
So anyway, this camper van, it's 3 meters high, which is high as fuck, which is, I don't know what it is, about 12 foot high.
10, 11, yeah.
So we drive around this skinny little camper van, and I've got the family and the kids in the van, and everyone's like staring because it's got like these sex symbols on the front and all that. On the back, it's got some mad shit. We're getting Noosa and all that. We're there for a few days, and then when it was time to leave, I turned around and drove, and there was one of them step bridges. Boom! Fuck off! Crashed into this bridge.
You crashed it?
Crashed into the bridge. 2 massive holes in the side of the top of this campervan. I'm devastated because I'm like, oh my god, it's going to cost a fortune. I haven't got any insurance. I'm like, oh shit. So I went to this place. No, this was Byron B. I went to this place where it's a wicked camper place, not the original one. I says, mate, I've got this hole. How much is it going to cost to fix? He looked at it. He called the company on the phone and went, some bad news. It's gone between 5 and 7 grand for you.
Shit.
Mate, I was fucking devastated, anxious and all that. I taped it up. I went to the spa, got some plastic bags, taped these spa bags on the side, drove back to Brisbane to hand it in. And when I went to hand it in, like, I'm devastated, 6-7 grand. The woman said, I went, how much is it going to be? She went and she got the mechanic and all that. It took ages. And I'm very sorry to tell you, but it's going to cost you $1,000 to get fixed. I was inside. I went, oh, really? I went, can you do anything like that? She went, no, I'm so sorry. Inside, I'm thinking, fucking get in. The best news I've heard. It's only $1,000. So that was my story with this campervan. I'll show you some pictures of it after. But it was fucking mad.
Yeah. I'm just gutted you didn't do the naked picture, because someone somewhere, we could send them out there and go and find that picture of you and just blast it all over the
No, that's what I was thinking as well. Like, that picture's got to be worth $5,000.
You got like 50, what?
I thought you would have brought the whole family and done one per family member.
Yeah, got a free night.
Gotten the whole fucking
whole week.
Imagine that.
Sarah, Mark,
get here.
Nigel, come here.
and as well, what I've done on that trip, what I've never done before, I went with no phone. I went to the full. It was 7 days.
Yeah, it was the most peaceful week of my life.
Turned my phone off. No social media. No contact outside work. No emails. And it was amazing because I thought I can just zone in and spend the time with my family.
You know, you did it for a week. It was weird that Australia kind of had that impact on me. The first few days that I got back here, I thought it doesn't matter if I'm not on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I had that more of that mentality, like just zone into what's going on a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd find myself going on it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to go on it. Putting it on airplane mode earlier at night, and it just feel better.
Yeah. Like,
instead of sitting there at Bulletproof or wherever I am having a coffee and just being on the phone doing it, I put it down, put it in my pocket, and like sat there and had the coffee and like actually watched stuff and looked around at what was going on.
Yeah.
It just felt like I was thinking more.
Yeah.
Felt more at ease.
Yeah, you live in the moment, like, without, because what I've noticed, this is a distraction, constant distraction. Yeah. How can I have a conversation with my kids or my wife or with my friends when I'm half engaged at what some fucker's doing here when he's, I don't know, running naked or whatever the shit I'm getting on my phone?
Yeah.
How can I give you the retirement intention that you really need with that?
Yeah,
or
especially
giving
the videos that
the
you watch on your phone. Definitely
the
distract.
videos you watch, because I'll send you them. But yeah, I mean,
giving yourself the time and attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, instead of seeing what everyone else is doing or what people want from me or what they're asking me and all that, it's like, it can wait. Let's just like zone into what I want to do and think about.
I think it can be a great tool. Obviously, technology is great for a lot of reasons, but you definitely have to have your moments where you put that shit down and become more observant of other things going on.
I think you just have to have a healthy relationship with it. I fucking love technology, and I posted on my Instagram story on the flight back like how grateful I am for it, because it makes travel easier. You can connect with your family overseas whenever you want. It just makes everything way better. Yeah. But I want to. This trip kind of made me want to have a smarter relationship with it instead of just fucking wasting time going on social media or whatever you might be doing. I think you've got to get back to that person on the text like quick, or stressing about an email that needs to be sent. Just like step back for a minute. Like, it doesn't really matter if you don't send the text within the next 5 minutes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, it is. I think it's really good for your brain as well, because it lets your brain work. Because I think when you're doing this, your brain's not really working. You're seeing stuff, and but without it, now your brain's got to work. It's got to work for itself. It's got to think for itself.
You told me that you had a long drive and you had your phone off, and all you did was think. And you came up with loads of ideas.
Loads of business ideas. Got creative, and that was it. Yeah, driving that stupid campervan for hours. It really helped me brain.
And you mentioned, Glenn, it makes you more aware to put your phone down more. But I walk out here with Kendrick every day. Like, I walk him around here, and I always have my phone, and I'll be walking. I'll be every 5 seconds just check it. It's just a habit. Yeah. And I'm walking, and I'm look where we are. I'm walking here, but then last week I've every time I walk him, I leave my phone at home,
That's
and
good.
then you just, you actually are in the moment a little bit more, and you observe where you're at, and you become more grateful for, when we first started doing our classes down here, you just couldn't believe that you're actually here in this place, and we're running a business doing it this, and like, so, yeah, you're in your face in your phone, you're walking around here, you don't have to think about that stuff, and you become more, you have more gratitude, you're more appreciative of things.
I had a couple of conversations with people in Australia about this, and they were asking me like, what's LA like and all this, and I was like, oh, it's really kind of random and busy, and everyone's on the phones all the time and all that, and they were like, oh really? Like, it's like kind of a shock to them that people were always on the phones. And I've noticed now, I said like first few days I got back, I was good at it, keeping it off, and like by the end of the week, I'm like, I feel like I've been on it all day.
Right.
It's like you've got to really make an effort. It's just part of the culture. You can't, you get a bird, get an Uber, order your food. Like everything's done through your phone in this city.
Yeah, but that, like getting an Uber, ordering your food, that's like productive stuff. But like for the most part, when we're on our phones, we're not being productive. We're being shit. And just to set the scene, Kev's talking about where he's walking around. We're at the Santa Monica Bluffs. We're surrounded in like hundreds of palm trees. To our right is the Pacific Ocean. You can see the Santa Monica Pier from here. People going up and down on the bikes. There's cars driving around on our left. You can hear that. There's just been a squirrel just ran past and thought Glenn's balls was a walnut, so he was attracted to his little balls over there. No, but there was a squirrel just went past there. So it's absolutely beautiful, and it really is. It's great to live in the moment. And talking about social media, my nephew pissed us off when we were over there, our Leon, and it's really made us think about social media is something different to the younger generation to us.
It is. Yeah.
So what's what he'd done? Someone sent me a video of his Snapchat, what he'd done when he was with us, and we stayed in a really nice hotel, a Four Seasons hotel. He was doing stupid shit in the hotel, like running around, knocking on doors, and just being a little bastard. And he was doing it by himself, but doing it on a phone.
Yeah.
So what that tells me is like, I've done exactly that. I've ran through hotels, knocking on doors, and being a little bastard. Yeah, we've done that, but we've done it with our friends, right? Where you're with your mates. Oh, well, let's do this. Yeah. Now his mates are not there. They're there on his phone.
Yeah.
So he's been a little shit, but doing it like it's like virtual reality. Is that the right word? What's it called? But like his mates are seeing him being a little shit.
Still connected to him.
Yeah.
You're connected to whoever you want to be at any time.
And it's really strange, and doing other stupid stuff, but all doing it on his phone to show off and show his friends what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, even when we did it with our friends, and they were like, why did we do it? Well, we did it to show them that we were brave, we wanted whatever. So in theory, his reasoning and for wanting to do it is the same as ours. He's just doing it in a bit different way. Because when you told me he was doing it, I thought, I did it. I don't know. I mean, depending on the age, we did that shit. When we basketball tournaments, whatever, I'm sure we'd be running around doing that shit. You run back, race back to your room, see if anybody saw it.
Right. Yeah.
But, we all did it, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's a complete different world out there now with that stuff. And I heard, like, that's what kids do now. They're living through the phones, which is mad. But yeah, I mean, all in all, Australia trip was amazing, absolutely amazing. And like I say, I would happily live out there.
Yeah, and then next stop back to England. Decided to go back.
Yeah, I've not been back for like nearly 2 years now, and you know what? Truthfully, I'm not looking forward to that much. Just getting back from Sydney, because obviously the academy's going to pay for our flights out there, but like I'm paying for my family to come out there. I could stop in a 5-star hotel in Mexico, which is a 2-hour flight, by the way, all inclusive, beautiful on the beach, for the same price. I've gone to Sunderland. And I mean, I've got to go back and see my granddad and my sisters and my nieces and that. But as well, when I'm there, I'm doing a talk on the Stadium Light. So if you're from Sunderland, you listen to this, or you're from England and you want to come to this event on the Stadium Light, it's the August 24th. It's a Friday. Is it the 25th we do the close?
I think so, yeah.
So it's the
25th and 6th.
Yeah, it's the 24th Friday at the Stadium Light, the Sunderland football ground. I'm doing a talk, question and answer for charity. the guy who's running it, his daughter was in hospital. I can't remember. I should know all the charities, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, if you want to come, it's going to be a great night. And the tickets are like £5 for kids, £10 for adults, so it's like $15. If you're from America and you want a trip to England, come over there just to listen to me do a Q&A. But yeah, that's it. And also, if you use code BOX in Life 2018, you'll save $100 off the course. That's also valid for any of the courses that we've got, or any of the online courses. So you can use that.
Yep. You know, we're sitting here talking about phones and everything. Glenn's sitting over there on his phone.
I know.
The last 5 minutes.
I was trying to look up to confirm the dates
Okay.
for the academy,
Sure.
but there's no service.
Have you ever done that
fuck
before?
it.
When you look up to confirm the date, like 2 minutes later, you end up on fucking Instagram watching videos of people getting knocked out.
No, what I do is I even look something up and I forget what I'm doing because I'm fucking doing 10 other things.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck did I originally get on my phone for? I can't remember now.
So if you're enjoying this podcast, please leave us a review on iTunes or SoundCloud, or if you can leave reviews on there. And it's now on Google Plus or what's it called? Google Play. The podcast is now. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel to get more of these, listen to more of these podcasts. Because this podcast, if you listen on audio, it will be on YouTube as well, so you can see the scenery where we are. It's funny, a lot of people like to watch the podcast rather than listen to them. And I mean, I do that as well. Sometimes I watch podcasts at home. Because now the media's on TV. Have you got? Go on. Do you watch YouTube on your TV?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I watch YouTube all the time on Apple TV. Yeah, I watch it more than anything else.
Really?
Which podcast are you listening to at the minute? Any that you would recommend?
I'm not listening to any podcasts at the minute. I'm trying to. I come off podcasts for a little bit, trying to focus more on getting shit done and doing stuff. But I think like now I'm going to start getting on them again, get a little bit more inspiration.
I've been doing a shitload of driving recently. I've been in my car a shitload, so I've been digging into some good podcasts.
Yeah,
it's good.
What?
Well, not so much productivity ones, but like the Chris D'Elia podcast is amazing, so funny.
So funny.
I love him. The Kevin Cruz productivity podcast always got good short little bits.
Yeah.
A meditation one called 10% Happier. It's not actually meditation, but it's a guy who takes phone questions from people about meditation, like how to be more present, how to be more switched on and more productive, all that kind of stuff. Just giving you little tips and hacks, and that's a really good one. 10% Happier. I think he's called Dan Harris. That's a really good one. But yeah, love always checking in on what Ben Greenfield's up to, and then the Mind Pump guys, good friends of ours. I'll listen to theirs now and again. Good stuff.
Kev, what do you listen to? Any apart from the ones that you're on? Listen to the podcast that he's on.
I don't listen to those actually. I listen to on XM. They've got. I'll listen and watch a lot of like current event and news stuff and what's going on in the world. And then there's XM has a business channel and they do a lot of like case studies and economics and things like that. That stuff I really enjoy. But I've been reading a book about emotional intelligence. It's by the Harvard Business Review, and it's like 20 different articles on emotional intelligence. And
emotional intelligence? What do you mean by that? What is
that? Just the ability to, especially as in the sense of a leader, like knowing how, for example, for us, how our staff, is feeling and how to relate to them and how to get the most out of them and how to make sure that their emotional needs and everything's being met and things like that. I find really interesting. Psychology stuff and just that stuff really captures my my mind, and I really like to kind of dive into that stuff more than anything. Yeah. Nice. When I first in school I did a lot of that reading and business management and how to manage people, and then when I moved out here I did a ton of reading. Then I didn't do so much for a few years. I'm trying to get back into it a little bit. So I'm reading that. I actually picked it up in the airport, that emotional intelligence one. Again, it's not a book per se. It's just I think it's 20 different case studies and people writing about emotional intelligence and it's really, really interesting. Yeah.
I picked up a couple of books in Sydney Airport. Just started reading like bits of it here and there at random, called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. It's a pretty big book. Have you seen that?
I have the audio. I listened to a lot of it. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yeah. It's for the most part, it's pretty much common sense, but
Yeah.
it really makes you think about a lot of
Does.
situations where you're like, oh shit, oh yeah, I should
Yeah.
do more of this, do like that.
Yeah.
And gives like some good historical accounts of like countries and the shit they went through, and like puts life in perspective, like
Yeah.
the shit that you are giving a fuck about all the time, like you should not be giving a fuck
Right.
about.
I can't remember what he calls it. It's a cycle, you know. You start caring and you worry and you care more and you worry and you think of all these thoughts that what if this happens, what if that happens, and it's this vicious cycle. And it's like at the end of the day, does that really doesn't there's nothing effect. It doesn't have any effect. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't make anything better. So like. And even if you do start worrying, well, then that's going to create a whole nother problem with other
all
things.
you're doing is worrying.
Yeah, so it's just this vicious cycle. So you got to like, you know, learn how to kind of not give a fuck and just say, you know.
One of the interesting points out of that book that I picked up the other day, I just thought this was class. He says this whole myth that's put out there by like TV celebrities and motivational speakers and all this shit who are like super mainstream, that everyone's special and everyone can do what they want and everyone can reach their dreams and goals, and it's a lot of bullshit, because what they don't say is like the people that do achieve greatness because they didn't think they were special. They thought they were like average at something, so they just fucking worked harder and practiced and got better and better and better, and then finally reached an elite level at something. Whereas if you're going into something and you've been told, oh, I'm special, I'm great at this, it's encouraging the behavior of, well, I'm great at this, so I don't really need to work hard to get better and perfect it and grow and grow and grow and build. So then it's creating this whole entitlement fucking, well, I'm going to reach my goals and I'm going to smash it and I'm special and I can achieve anything I want in life. And it's not telling anybody, no, you have to fucking work your ass off and get better and better and practice and build and build and build and develop your skill. And it's just a great point.
He also talks a bit about, like, no matter who you are, how much money you have, how little money you have, we all have problems. So if you're poor, you worry about, you know, check to check, making payments, and then, well, if you're rich, you're worried about, well, I got all these people asking me for money, and I got, you know, everyone's got problems. It's just a matter of, like, you know, and it's all, obviously, for the most part, we all want to have more money problems than, you know, not having money problems. But you know, it's all like the stresses of it are all equal at the end of the day. You know, that's
kind of like what we talk about the millennials, about the entitlement, because that's what young kids get told these days. You can do whatever you want, you can be whatever you want.
Which is true, but they need to be
real
real with them at the same time and say, look, it takes hard work and a lot of sacrifice to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
There's that disclaimer that they seem to miss out.
Yeah, it's not just...
Because it doesn't sell, you know.
And then as well...
If like Oprah Winfrey went on her TV show and went, you can do whatever you want, you can follow your dreams, but guess what? You're going to have to spend like 10, 15 years doing it day in, day out, working your ass off to do it. Yeah. Then people will be like, okay.
Well,
but it's like, if I just miss that out and say you can do what you want, you're special, you can follow your dreams. Oh my God, yeah. Books, millions and millions sold.
Yeah, I think it's all, I mean, everyone's like, and we talk about it too, and I know, Tony, you mentioned a lot with like social media, but always
we've got all these ideas and all this shit we want to do, and we're like, oh, we need it now, we got to do it now, we got it now. And like the stuff we're talking about is probably like, some of it's like 2-3 year long projects, and you think about, we've had this business since 2015. We're only 3 years in, and like if we'd have said we'd be doing what we're doing now in 2015, like it would only take us 3 years to get to a gun selling out 40 people course in Sydney, we'd be like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? So it's like we've still got all these projects and we're impatient because we want it done now. But if we fast forward 3 years, it's exciting to think where we're going to be in 3 years' time.
Yeah. One last thing about Sydney as well. When you talk about the airport coming through, I had a little bit of a different experience. Well, we come through. We flew premium economy, all of us. So they checked our passports. They asked the questions. There was a little old woman, so it was a bit less intimidating. We got through the customs and all that. But then when we got to America, it was fucking horrible. The first time I flew internationally with my American passport, I thought, boom, straight through, no problems, no questions asked.
Really? You got issues?
Oh, loads of issues. Not with my passport. I mean, I was travelling with Sue and Nigel. There was 9 of us in our party travelling through. But we had to wait in a big line. We had to do this computer thing. It didn't work. Wait in a big, massive line. Finally got through. And when we got through, like this, after a 13-hour flight, were 3 babies. I'm tired as fuck. We'll get to it. Yeah, someone had to check our these forms that we had to fill in.
This was going to Sydney?
No, this was coming back. This is in
coming back.
America. And then there's this big fat fucking dickhead sitting in the customs. Like, I've never even seen him. I walked straight past him. Oi, where you going? I went, I'm going home. He went, you're not. I need that. He pointed at the form. That's what he spoke. I went, what? He went, I need that. I went, what's that? He went, that's what you need to get through there. You can't get through. I went, well, I didn't even know what that is. And so I went, Tony, here, this is it here. Just got it. And he looked at us. He went, you lot through there.
Oh, you go in there, you got put in the room?
Not in the room. This is well, it was a room, but it was another room where we had to go through and get all of our bags scanned.
Shit.
So now we've got fucking tons of bags. We're going through this room, getting our bags scanned, and there was the baby had a sandwich in there. So you had to check all this sandwich, and I'm like, this fucking wanker doing this. And I thought, I'm moving to Australia.
Is that when you sent that text?
Yeah.
I was like, you just got your fucking...
I'm done. Fuck LA.
Fuck LA, I'm moving it. But yeah, I mean, I think these immigration guys the customs guys in America, they must get told to be nasty bastards.
Yeah.
Because you get so intimidated going through there.
I flew through it because I had the global entry. I was in and out. I was in my Uber in like less than 15 minutes.
Do you know what? Like, yeah, coming back, I was through in 2 seconds. Just scanned my passport. I was done. Easy.
Shit.
And the other thing as well is you flew with me going out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get any jet lag when you landed?
No.
You get jet lag when you came back?
Here?
You're still fucked.
Oh, I forgot.
It's awful.
Yeah. I had no 16-hour flight. I had no jet lag going out. 14-hour flight back. No jet lag coming back. No jet lag either way. Yeah.
He had that stuff like you spray in your mouth and all that.
Hack the fuck out of it. It worked.
Placebo.
Yeah. So I was like, it was a big experiment, but I was like, right, I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna see if this shit works and like how it affects my body and all that. And you have to be disciplined with it, but it worked.
It's Friday now. Got back Sunday night. I think I've had about 10 hours of sleep this week.
Oh,
it's been.
I listed everything that I did and I posted it on my Instagram story.
Did?
Yeah, and a couple of people have said, I screenshotted that. I'm gonna keep that next time I travel.
If you're interested in getting over jet lag, send Glenn a DM.
Yeah, just DM me.
What about the business class?
Oh yeah, me and Kev upgraded to business class over there.
Delta 1.
Just out of bed.
I was Virgin Australia, but I think mine might have been a little bit better. But
yeah, it was. Just out of bed backwards to lie down.
Half the battle is you've got to have a good seat. You've got to have leg room. You've got to be able to like relax a little bit.
Well, I had so much anxiety going into it, thinking this is a long, 14-hour flight. I'm like, God damn it! Like flights, when I fly back home, it's 4-hour flight, and then an hour and a half. 4-hour flights, I'm like, this is fucking miserable. I can't stand. I'm claustrophobic. Hate being that close to people. So I go into the airport, and I've been trying to upgrade for, I don't know, a week or so out from the flight, trying to pay miles, trying to barter, somehow get fucking upgraded. And then I was like, all right. I asked when I got to the airport, when I was checking my bags, they said, oh, it's another $3,000. I was like, you fucking kidding me? There's 9 seats left. You're gonna try to get me to pay $9,000. I'll give you $1,000. They're like, no. I was like, all right, I'll check at the gate. So I got to the gate and I asked them. And then I think it ended up being like $1,200. I was like, I'm fucking doing it. It was fucking amazing.
It's funny because when Kev landed in Australia, I was texting him, I was still here. And you texted, you're like, shit, they said no phones in the airport, something like that. And it sounded like you were all worried. You were all worried about when you got there.
Oh, and the security? Yeah. It says like, do not be on your phone when you're going through customs and shit. I was like, oops.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, I'm happy to be back in LA. I love it.
I love Australia better than
Australia was amazing. I since being back, I feel it kind of re-energized me here a little bit, feeling like this city is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it really is.
I'm still jet lagged. Like fucking 1 o'clock this morning, my daughter, me 2-year-old coming out of bed, and I just felt something warm on my arm. I was like, what's that? And she went, Daddy, I've had a peep. And she just pissed all hours, just
sleep through it.
I got a towel, wiped it off and put it in the bed and just fucking slept with it. Woke up this morning just stinking of piss. Just terrible. Just stinking of piss.
What's new?
Well, thank you for listening to the Boxing Life podcast. And if you've got any questions, you've got us all on social media. And yeah, until next time, we'll see you later.